Natural construction here in the Bosque is an ongoing effort. We learn things every single year. The primary thing we do is we want to use materials that are already here on the property. So cob and adobe mixtures are the best choice there. Now, we did some experiments with the adobe blocks, and we tried different recipes and tried using sand or not. We tried using straw versus pine needles, and we didn't get a lot of difference on the strength of them. So we decided, okay, we'll just use what we have here. So we use dirt and pine needles. The cob ends up really strong, whether we do it as blocks or not. And that's really a perfect material. If we don't like something we built with cob, we can just cut it up and we didn't hurt anything. We have also earth roofs here. Those are really a great success. They are made with a layer of wood and then a layer of different types of plant material. And there's a layer of plastic. That layer of plastic is plastic, and we prefer not to use it, but we're only using a thin layer of plastic, and the sun never can hit that plastic. So we have roofs that we built 10 years ago that are still doing just fine, and they're covered in plants with no watering. They need no care at all. The other advantage of an earth roof is that when the rain hits it, because we have really hard rains here during part of the year, there isn't a lot of noise. It's very quiet because there's all that soft dirt up there. The dirt's about that thick. The one downside of earth roofs is you can't capture water off of them. So we do have other roofs that are made of tile. Tile could be somewhat ecological, but in order to produce tile, people normally burn a lot of stuff. So that's a case where we would want to create a solar oven that was very large and hot enough to fire tiles and bricks. That would be fantastic. We also cut our own beams here. So we can, for roofing, we can use beams up there. For the rest of the building, we really don't want to use a lot of wood. And that's going to lower our use of wood overall. So sure, we'll use wood as in the doors, in the beams, for the roof, for making furniture. We do make our own furniture here. Future projects for eco-construction are that we'd like to build a series of huts and formalize the exact steps we go through in building huts. That way, when somebody comes here, we can have 4 huts in progress, and they can get experience with the early stage of doing the foundation. They can get experience with framing up the roof and filling in the walls with natural materials. And then they can get experience with the end of the process of putting in doors and windows and finishing it all up. One of our more recent experiments is in using pine resin as a plaster, so painting the earth walls with it, and that has been very successful. So it's the pine resin has ended up being a really useful material.